Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Today we are going old school. We got the old Weber Kettle out, and we're going to be doing some beef back ribs today, okay? Today is championship Saturday for college football, and I got my two home teams on today. Got the Southern Jaguars, okay, and the LSU Tigers. Both of them are facing an uphill battle with LSU playing the number one ranked Georgia Bulldogs. So that'd be quite an upset. So, and Southern University is playing the undefeated Jackson State, okay, Deion Sanders team. So last time Southern played Jackson State, they got mollywopped. So I don't know if I'm expecting much different today, but I'll be sitting there with my beer and my beef back ribs ready to cheer on my teams, okay? So let's go ahead and get started, okay? Let me go ahead and bring you close. Let's get them prepped, and then we'll get the Weber Kettle set up. All right, guys, so you see here we got about 3 pounds of beef back ribs. At least that's what the package said. And they look good on top. They got some thick fat on the bottom, but I'm not going to clean that up. I'm going to leave that on there and see how that turns out. You know, that fat is probably not going to be edible, but I'm hoping that it pulls off after the cooking process without destroying too much of the rib, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit it with a little Pam just to act as a binder. And we're going to use one of my favorite rubs. I'm going to have to do a video on my top 10 favorite rubs. This is McCormick's Montreal steak seasoning. So I'm not going to waste too much seasoning on the back here on the fat cap because I'm thinking that that's going to come off at the end of the cook. But we definitely want to make sure we season the front side quite a bit. Turn this back over. We make sure we get between all the little nooks and crannies. And it's been a while since I cooked on the Weber, and the fact that it is 32 degrees outside today. Yep, Midwest temperatures. It's 32 degrees today. So I'm not going to be doing too much talking outside because the wind is blowing excessively, and it'll be hard for you guys to hear me. So when I put this stuff on the grill, it'll be a quick musical montage. But you'll definitely get to see the results, okay? All right, we're going to let these sit here for a minute and get right. All right, guys, so I can go with the natural Montreal steak seasoning flavor, but I want to put a final layer of flavor on these ribs at the end. So we're going to be coating these with this Korean barbecue sauce, Hot&Spicy. Okay, I'm going to at least do one rack in this, and then you leave the other rack au naturel with just the seasoning, and we're going to see how this turns out, okay? So let's go out here and get the kettle all prepped up, and let's get these bad boys in the smoke. All right, guys, so we're done with our cook. It took a little over 2 hours. I'll put the time up here on the screen so you can check it out. Our ribs have been resting for about 5 minutes or so. They smell fantastic, man. I can't wait to taste these bad boys. So I don't know if you saw the temperature gauge, but we took these up to like 180, 190. Beef is done at 145, but I tend to take these several degrees higher just to ensure their doneness. There's not enough meat on here to stick an internal probe in, so we have to gauge these. And this is how I normally cook these anyway, and I like the way they turn out, okay? The McCormick seasoning is robust on top of it. You can see the seasoning. So the smell of the Korean barbecue sauce that we use, or the Korean sauce that we use, smells fantastic. So I cannot wait to bite into these bad boys here. The Weber Kettle, for those of you who are new to using a Weber Kettle, the temperature gauge on the Weber Kettle, or any kettle or Kamado type cooking device, is normally not as accurate as a digital probe that you would put in the food or inside of your smoker, simply because heat rises. The temperature gauges tend to be at the top of the cooking apparatus. So of course it's hotter at the top than it is at grate level. So I normally use a old fashioned, especially in the Weber kettle, we use an old fashioned oven thermometer to stick right next to the food. And I know my kettle, if it's at 300, then it's normally around 200 at kettle level. If it's at 375, almost 400, then it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 225 to 250. So um, just get to know your kettle. Every grill is different, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and have a taste test. We'll go ahead and cut into these bad boys. Now, I already gave you guys a close-up of these outside by the grill. And we got our Dow Strong knife here. Hey, the specials on the Dow Strong knives are going away pretty quickly. I think last night they still had the 60% off sale, but I'll put my affiliate link in the description block, and you still can get an additional 10% off if you decide that you want to purchase any Dow Strong knife, except for I think the Call of Duty series. But hey, check it out if you want some good knives for barbecuing, cutting vegetables, or what have you. Dow Strong are some great knives, and they are aesthetically pleasing and beautiful to look at, okay? All right, let's go ahead and have a taste test. Mm. Wow, it smells fantastic. I already tell from that little bit I bit off, the barbecue sauce is nice and spicy. All right, let's have a taste. Okay, first off, I gotta say that sauce is fantastic. I was worried that the hot and spicy was gonna be a little bit too hot and spicy for me, but it has the perfect level of spiciness and heat to it. Let me give you the name of this sauce in case you're interested in getting it. It's CJ Foods Korean Barbecue Original Sauce. It's really for chicken and pork, it says, but it tastes fantastic on beef. Um, and I can't. The first time you trying it, it says it's Korea's #1 sauce. So this is great. Check this out. I'll put a link to it if I can find it on Amazon for you guys. If not, check out your local grocery, okay? And the McCormick seasoning on here is always a beast. I love McCormick's Montreal steak seasoning on any type of beef product or beef cook. It tastes fantastic. Got to have a couple more bites. Hold on 1 second. But man, these are going to be great this afternoon watching the game. Both of these games will be coming on pretty soon. And so I'll be sitting down gnawing on these bones here, drinking a good amount of Blue Moon, and hoping for a miracle with both of these teams. I'm seeing they can, one of them can have an upset, okay? Well, that's about it. Hey, if you guys are interested in any Bad Beast merchandise, hey, check out badbeastbarbecue.com. Okay. And and that's about it. So hey, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Woo! Or a few beef back brontosaurus bones highlighting your football afternoon. Hey, we'll see you guys in the next video.